So, what is translation? When we think about translation, we usually think about languages, right? So, you translate something from English to Spanish or from Spanish to English. And when you think about what that means, it means you have an idea in English that you know how to express, and you move it to Spanish, and you express the same thing. So what does that mean in math? In math, we also have translation that is kind of the same. We have a point or a shape, and it's on one spot, and we move it to another spot without changing it. So if you had a triangle, you move it to another spot without changing it. If you have a point, you move it to another spot without changing it. So the question, how are we doing this? We're doing this using a translation vector. Now, when people hear the word vector, they're like, okay, I don't know what that is. But actually, we already did this in the very beginning when we plotted our points. The only difference that we're going to do now, instead of starting with our origin, we're going to start at a certain point. So here's how it works, right? We've got this point right here, and we need to move it. And the translation vector that we're using is -1 and 3. So this is what you do. You take your translation vector and you treat it exactly the same way I was treating the points when we were plotting them. Only this time we start from this point. So this one says -1. Well, -1 is in the X slot, so that means move one space to the left. Okay, there we go. I moved to the left. And then I have 3 in the Y slot. That says 3 up. Just like that. And here's my new point. And this is -6 and 5. If you want to do this algebraically, all you do is you add the values inside the translation vector to the X coordinate and to the Y coordinate. The corresponding ones go to the corresponding coordinates. So you can do something like that. And this is actually really, really straightforward.